Hey folks, it's Yuri Kogan here from DrapCode. Today we're going to take an introductory look at our builder. We're going to talk a little bit about assets, how to upload, how to search, and how to add everything to your web app, how to render, and how to build. It's a fun one, so let's check it out.
On the left here, we've got a navigation panel. So here is where you're going to be able to put in all of your containers, your rows, your components for each type of component layout. So you have your cards, socials, your plugins, which we'll talk about in a little while. But here is where you can manually drag and drop any type of component you want onto your canvas and see how it'll be displayed. Okay, going down here is our Pages Manager. You can switch between every page and control all of your page settings in the Pages Manager. You can also add a page, clone a page from an existing page, clone a page from a snapshot, etc. And going down here, farther on our toolbar, we have the Collections tab. This is where all your dynamic data is going to go. If you want to create a new database connection, this is where you're going to do it. Users, roles, products, etc. This is where DrapCode really shines. It gives you full control over these databases and collections, along with your layout and your UI, your UX, to bring everything together in one smooth process flow. Okay. And we have snippets and events. We'll talk a little bit about those later, but you can manage them from here if you would like to add an event based on what a user does on your platform. We have our Assets Manager. You can add or upload or search for an image directly. And I'll show you that here. So if we want to just find a cat real quick, probably don't have to type image, but here we can find it. We can choose the size we want to upload it, and then it'll be available to use throughout our file. Just that easy. All right, so then if we go into basic image, select our image, then we can go to our assets. Oops. And there you go. Of course, it is a little bit easier to just go into your assets and just drop it down like that. All right. Down here, you have some information about your web app, your page settings, your snapshot. You can go in here and look at all available plugins. We can look at templates that we've made for SMS and email. All of our data sources. If we have an external data source, we can connect to an external external API, external database. You have your webhooks. And finally, our long and thought out list of icons that's available for you directly from the platform. Okay. Now from here, we're going to go back to the builder, and I'll show you a little bit about this red panel right here. So instantly, if you want to preview your app, you can click the icon right there, and it'll pop it out for you. This build process here will start the build step of your web app in order to deploy it. And here we can just go full screen with our editor, kind of a bit like Zen mode. Okay. Now, if you're still with me here, there's one thing I want to show you that's really powerful with DrapCode, and is that you have access to all of your code right here as soon as you build it out. So you can see all your CSS, all your HTML, and that really helps you if you're debugging, if you're working on a complex component. You can break it out and see it in this view. Another interesting view is our hierarchical view, because it gives you a view of all your components in the hierarchies in which they appear on the site. And we can move things around here, we can change the order of some things, and really get in our site there. But this toolbar over here on the right is extremely powerful, because not only does it give you the hierarchical view, but as you're in that hierarchical view, you can switch back between that component's initial settings, so all your classes, your typographies, your dimensions, decorations, everything down to flex. But you can also switch it over to the component settings, right? And it's a little easier to work this way. And if you're looking for a specific component settings, sometimes from the hierarchical bar, it really gives you a nice overview of your entire app. And of course, then you can switch back over to this And let's say I wanted to lower my, where's my progress bar? Yeah, let's switch to everything. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, so this is why the hierarchical view is important. I guess I'll show you right here because now I can drop my progress bar right where I want it. Right? And now that I've selected my progress bar, I can go back into the settings and we can change the background color here. Then you can manually add or remove classes if you like. You have your hover states, your click states, evens, odds, general dimensions, typography, anything you want to control this component. You can justify it, you can give it the flex direction, you can disable flex container altogether. There's a bit of extras here, such as transitions. You can add a transition, you can add multiple layers. For decorations, you can add black shadows, multiple layers, and it's all real easy through this simple UI right here. Okay, so we can go ahead and save this. Here is a fancy undo button for all your coding mistakes. Okay, so now that we got that cleared up, the final step is our build process. And we can just click here and start building our project, and our project will deploy through your settings as you have them built in DrapCode. Alright folks, so that's an introduction to the dashboard. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.